I am Jason Abraham, the Shadow Teacher, 33. And I've been fortunate in this past year of life that I've had time to head out to this beautiful place, coast, where it's quiet, where I can get away from the noise and the chaos and the distraction of the matrix. And I can use this time to reflect and use this time to build concentration and build internal fortitude, work on building the psychic potential within myself, and cultivate practices that are much more challenging in the context of living in a city to build. And ultimately, again, my YouTube channel and my BitChute channel, they're about human potential. They're about accessing higher levels of possibility within this experience we call our human life. And what I've found is that when we reach a level when a psychic gift is granted to us and we're able to access these senses that are within the human sphere of possibility but are beyond the five senses, what I find is there's something more asked of us. We have to step into a new state of being. We can't simply access psychic abilities and continue to go on the way we've been going on in our life. The perception to where our ego, our limited self, feels like it can use these new powers to get what it wants as a new leg up. Now again, when we're working with light and we're working with the dark side, there's always a sacrifice that's asked. There's always something one has to give up. With the light side, you're asked to surrender an old state of being, an old state of the false self that is going to block you from a higher level of expression, a higher level of service in life, a higher level of expressing love. If you're working in the dark side, you're usually going to be asked to betray family, friends, and ultimately betray your own soul. There's a betrayal that you must partake in for a more powerful entity to grant you these powers so that you can create in the way your ego wants to create. If you go the dark route, the ego gets to have these expanded abilities to do what it wants to do, but again, there's a heavy price. Again, the devil will come knocking at your door when it's time to collect that due. But I'm on this light side. I'm on this path of the light. And again, what I find is there's always something in me that I'm asked to give up. And I'm going to turn. There's a really cool bird walking behind me. There's this heron just walking here. He's not too bothered by my presence. You can see him in the distance. And these are the kinds of things, again, like when your energy gets to a certain place. See, he's right back there, trekking across. You'll have these nature spirits that are content to just hang out with you. They can feel your energy and they feel at peace with you. They don't feel threatened by you. And it's all in that state of being. Again, I've been doing CE5s all weekend here and no success until early this morning. I had a sign, and I believe the reason I got that sign is there's a test, there's a trial I had to pass. I had to go through passing this old state of being, and I passed it. This final day, there's a familiar pattern I would get into at times here, or a pattern that showed up that was limiting me, keeping me tied to an older state of ego, a state of limitation, and I said goodbye to it. And I got the sign from the heavens. I had this this light show up, and then it looked like a plane, and then it just looked like a light again. It just vanished. You know, your classic CE5 light being, or one of the forms they take. And I didn't, you know, again, I didn't know if it was going to come or not, but it showed up. And so here I am, being called to maintain this new state as I go back into my life, as I go back into the world with some new abilities, but again, required to be something more than what I was, and to let go of some of the things that my ego wanted to hold on to. That's my friend back there. You hear that out, out, out? That's the heron sound. But with that being said, I think I'm going to sign off. I'm going to go chat with him a little bit and enjoy this beautiful, beautiful sunrise. Be well, my friends.